All right, everybody, how you doing out there? Let's get this show started up. Hope you're all doing well. Uh, I'm back. We had a little bit of an issue with the graphics card just before I went on vacation, and I got that fixed up. So we're back, and we got an update for you tonight. But I'm not going to give it away right yet. We got to show you a few things so you can prepare for it. There's a little bit of work. We'll get started as soon as somebody gives me a heads up that I'm coming through loud and clear. Yeah, okay, it sounds like we're good. Pistol Packer WV, thank you for the follow. And everybody else that followed in the donations, especially Wolfie7009 for your $200 donation that came in the other day. I really appreciate it. I am up here on Johnson Farm because what we're going to do is prepare for the update. And basically we added in a second hangar up here on this farm, so we got to clear out the trees here. I'm going to just show you how to do it before we go to the updated map, and you'll know how to take care of it. I don't have to do the whole thing, but you're going to want to cut these four trees out. If we can get the chainsaw to register here, there we go. Just cut down these trees. I'm going to just do a little bit just so I don't bore you to death with this. I'll just take down the one, pick it up, get it out of my way. And then, oh, actually, I do have to do the whole thing because this is my test map, and I want to show you my single player game. So it won't take long though. We'll just chop up this tree. You're gonna want to take out these four trees and then get rid of the grass by plowing it into a field, and then covering it back, cutting it back up with the yeah roller. Put the roller across the top so you'll have just a dirt texture on there. So we're gonna do that. Also, we added, and thank you guys for the hosts. And I miss, yeah, WP Dockett and John Seeger, thank you for the hosts. Very much appreciated. Get these trees out of the way. And Badzilla, thank you for the host as well. So, we're going to go through all of the updates and changes. As far as we know, which I'm sure we don't know everything, but every issue that we could think of has been fixed with the map, including the sawmill issue that people were having, not starting back up. Anything that we've run into thus far has been fixed. I'm sure there will be more things to come. There's a few additions we'll get into as we get in later, and then we'll get you up to date with all the minor changes that we did as well. So if there's something out there that you guys are curious about, if it got fixed, you could shout it out. Most likely it did. We might have missed it, but we'll go through. I won't remember everything. I actually can't even remember what you guys have. It's been so long since we did an update, but I know there were a lot of little issues with some palette graphics not showing up. Uh, Lots of little things like that. One of the things we did as well was increased all the palette capacities to 5,000 so that they're even with the sawmills and everything. And you could see that by if you bring it up and you were to, oh, we're on the old version still. That's right. Can't show you yet, but we'll get there. The next version, when we get this cleared off, I'm going to just switch over the game to the updated version, and then we'll give you an idea of all the fun stuff. But first, we got to make room for, I think we could get that in the truck, for our new barn here, our new hangar. Probably would have went quicker if I brought up bigger equipment, but I don't own it yet. Well, I have some on my single player game, but it's way on the other side of the map. So I just brought the little stuff up here. If you don't do this, you might be able to. The trees will move. Uh, If you decide not to do this and try to do it, I didn't want to try to remove grass inside the hanger. It would be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So I don't know if I could get it all out. Uh, but the trees will move out of the way. The grass will not. So we got to clear it all up. You could probably go around the trees, but you might not be able to get all of the grass if you were to go around the trees. All is well, Jordan David. Thank you so much. And Fatal Omen. All is going good now. Had a little bit of a issue with the graphics card fans not spinning, so I had to do a little trade in, basically, warranty, send it in. They sent me a new one, put it in. But it happened just before the Memorial Day weekend, so I was. And thank you, Don. Don't blame me. Don't bill me. Thank you so much for the subscription. Yeah, so it happened just before Memorial Day weekend, and I had planned to go home, well, to my sister's house with the for a family reunion. And then when I got back, I was house sitting for a friend, so I was gone. When I got back, graphics card was taken care of, and all I had to do was put it in and get to work. So I got right back to work on the map on Monday of this week and tried to finish up and get as much as I could because I know you guys need to get some of the fixes that are just annoying. So I think we got them all that we've discovered so far, anyway. We're always finding new ones every day, but it's going to be a lot better. It works good, but it's going to be a lot better when we get done. So with tonight, and then once I get through this, we'll shoot the links out to you. Once I make sure you guys know everything that needs to be done before you do your update. So clear this out if you haven't started. Make your life easy. Uh, we are going to start auto load and pick up my logs, get them out of the way. Hopefully they'll all fit in here just fine. Oh, come on, pick that up. Sometimes this thing is crazy. Yeah, hello. Why aren't you picking up? Well, I'll move you by hand if I have to. All right, well, we'll try this one over here. Just want to get them out of the way of my new barn. And I get stuck on them. I shouldn't have drove over the top. I'm actually stuck on a log. My goodness. Here we go again. I never said I could farm. I just could make maps. Let's see. We might need a push. We've got something around here to push myself with. And so the show begins. Thank you, Mike Balt03. Did I put triggers under all train silos so grain car doors open? We don't use the grain car on our train. So no, I did not do that. We don't use the grain cars with the doors on our map. So if you decide to do it, you're going to have to put those triggers in yourself. I didn't even know there were separate triggers to open the grain car doors. Let's see if I can get this off my stump. JWB509, how's it going? All right, let's see if we can move that thing yet. There we go. All right, we got to finish picking up these logs, cut my stumps, and then it'll all go pretty fast from there. Why is this thing being so terrible as far as picking up logs here today? It doesn't want to do it. There's one. There's two. Almost there. Come on. pick it up. Are you kidding me? Let me try the other side. O, B, right side. Apparently, this thing does not like my. There we go. Getting them now. Just want to clean up my mess. These will be out of the way. I can get those later. Won't keep you guys all day. Let's get my stump grinder, cut those 4 stumps, then we'll get that ready for the update. Oh, we got one more piece that I gotta get out of there. Otherwise, I'll have to pick up logs inside my barn. Never know. Oh, there's 2 of them. But for some reason, all the branches aren't off. Maybe that's what it is. It looks like they're off of this one. I don't see any branches. Maybe, maybe not. And this one, we'll just double check. Give them one more try. If not, we'll just bring it in. Auto load right side. Come on, pick it up. It might be too long. I never thought of that. Well, I've never. There's one. Okay, got that one. I usually use the Scorpion and it picks them up all the time. But this one here, that one might be too long for the trailer. Is that a possibility? Let's try cutting it in half, and if not, I'll leave it there. Come on. Give me a blue. There we go. Give it one more try. There's one piece. I think we got him. Good enough for me. All right. Cut my stumps. So we don't have stumps in my garage. So yeah, before you guys get the links, you're going to want to take care of this before you run your update, or you're going to have issues with grass and stuff in your buildings. We are almost there. Just remind me to save the game when I'm done. I'm so used to just working on things that I never save. That would really suck to do all this and not save the game. All right, that is done. And next, we're going to plow this into a field. Get our plow out here, which is over this way. The lines near the slurry pit on the road are floating. We took care of a lot of those lines. They should be better. They might. I'm not sure if we got those. It's been a while, but hopefully we did. And there is going to be another update because there are several things that we have to finish, including the museum. I kind of put the museum with all the donations is they're not all up to date yet. Uh, so I apologize, but that will be done for the next update, which will be a few weeks, as well as some new things that will be coming into the map to finish it off. And I'm going to this week as well look into. I have an idea for buildable factories that I do not know if it will work yet. If it does, it would mean version 3 of the map transferring and a restart and a lot of time, but whoops, didn't need to do that. But if it does work, we'll do it. If it doesn't, we're stuck with what we have. But I'll let you guys know next week, next Friday. All goes well, I'll be here next Friday. I don't think anything's planned, but you never know. But sometime near the weekend, if I do have plans Friday, we'll get on here and we'll let you know how that test goes and if it's going to be doable to make buildable factories. If not, I have another project in mind that, oh, it looks like I got a little stump in there. I'm not going to worry about it. So you want to take out that area there, and over here on this side, because we're adding an extra bunker silo, you want to get rid of this grass that's in between that one silo and the BGA. Just go right down through here, get rid of all your grass, and then lift. All right. Last but not least, we got to roll that out back into basic ground. Now, if you're starting a new game, which you don't have to, your old save game will work just fine. If you're starting a brand new game, you don't have to do this. This is just so you can continue the games where you left off. I'm using the silo delete roller because it's bigger than the other one, but that's all you got to do. Then finish it up. I might have to cut a piece of a tree out later. I don't know if that's a wedge chip or if it's part of the stump, but small enough that I'm not going to worry about it right now. Watch it fall right. Well, if it's under the edge of the barn, it's not a big deal. You won't see it anyway. So get this piece over here I missed. Basically, gonna expand the lot and get rid of all the junk. Also be aware that you don't want to keep your equipment like on this side because it might get stuck in the wall of the barn. If it does, you just have to reset it, but uh, best clear out all this area before your update or you might end up with something flying through the air. You never know what's going to happen. So that will take care of that side. And over on this side, we just got to plow this back. Now you will have the grass texture underneath, but that will change to dirt when you do the update, so don't worry about it. That little bit of grass texture there will change to dirt, but this just takes care of all the, make sure you get all the grass out of there before you do the update, or you'll have grass in your bunker silo when it comes in, the new one. So therefore, we're gonna zip right through here. And make sure this side is clear as well, quite a bit. There's space between the bunker silos so you can drive in between them with your overloaders. That's pretty good. We're all set. Just got to move my vehicle that's over here out of the way. And then we'll save and I'll switch over to my other folder with the new map on it and load the game up and you'll see what we did here. And then we'll give you out the links shortly. We got one more thing to show you when we get back as well. So, that you have to prepare for. Some of you might not have to. Let's save the game. And we'll load back in. Hello, Simidel and Wheels247. New project, yeah, pretty quick. doesn't take too long. Figured I'd do it live here so you guys could see what I used and how. I'm sure most of you are probably familiar with it, but there's always some people that don't know exactly what I'm talking about. So, all right, I'm going to switch over to my server folder because that's the latest files and the updated map completely that you guys will be able to get very shortly. And we'll load back in that same save game, my save game, right where we left off. And if all goes well, everything will be gone. And we'll have a new bunker and a new. Thank you there for the follow, C. Banguso. Yeah, we'll have a new hangar and a new bunker silo. Loading. All right, back on my farm. I'm going to jump up to that farm. There you go. So we made room. We're at the same area, and that's all you need to do. You'll have your second bunker silo that comes over here, and you will have your second hangar on this farm as well. I wanted to put a second bunker silo because this farm starts off with grass, and it'd just be handy to have two of them to rotate between the other ones. So that is part one of what you guys need to do to take care of. The next part is really super easy. Let me grab a vehicle here. Here, we'll lock down my trees and bring this because it'll be closer to the place that I got to show you guys. It says V2 on the loading screen, but it's version 2, V2 version 1.2. I know it's confusing. I should have probably done 2.2 or something, but don't worry. I didn't want to change the actual too much on it so you didn't have to start over, but we could have changed the title screen, I guess. It will load up and you'll see in your log file version 1.2 of the V2 map when it loads up. I am going to go over to the next update that you need to plan for, and it's really minor. You're just going to have to move some vehicles if you have them, and we'll show you why in just a bit. If I can drive a little bit straighter, it'd be nice. Oh, yeah, I know what version it is. And I'm gonna, after I show you this, we're gonna jump on to a save game that I did a little work on to prepare for the show. And then maybe a little later we'll jump on the server and I'll do a little bit of farming. But we will go around on the next, we'll show you all the little changes that have been made. Do not worry about that little green stuff. This is because I've been keeping this map going since PV17 version 1, and when I had you guys restart, I doctored my files and I got a little bit of texture problem with the mud, the distance textures, that doesn't actually exist on any save game, so it's been with mine all the time. All right, so when you get down to this area, you are going to want to make sure that the first two barns for this update right here are completely empty. This one here and this one here for this update. That is because if you notice, this is going to be your storage warehouses. You can actually drive in here to dump the pallets off, and we'll go over and show you on a save game where I have it stocked up just what it will look like when they are getting filled up. So make sure those two are empty, and I will give out you guys the links to the files now. So now that you know how you have to prepare, I did not notice about the round bales being off a little bit. So yeah, we actually just started putting bales in. So there are still things that we haven't tested, but we'll go through now when I load up the next game as much as I can possibly remember that we did for you guys this time around. And I'm going to load up my save game 4, which has a bunch of dummy products in it. Uh, yeah, I don't care. It should be the right game. Do the silos need to be emptied? No, they do not. You do not have to empty your silos unless you're going to upgrade them. So all you got to do is do what I showed you. Make sure those two barns are cleared out because if you have equipment parked on the sides, it's going to get a mess. We did that. We did. I mean, you could still reset stuff, so it's not crucial at the barn, but it'll make your life a little bit easier if you empty those two out. So we're going to start there. We'll work our way around the map and show you what's going on with all the changes that I can possibly think of as we go around. And then uh, we will get to what's coming in the next update, which will be a few weeks out still. So, first off, we're going to go down to those garages and we'll take a spin around and I'll try to remember everything I possibly can. More CP friendly course play. I did not actually haven't even heard how it works with course play. Uh, course play is not something that I've used, so yeah, I didn't do any changes this time around for course play users. Love your choice of chassis systems. Train livery, by the way, are they SD40s? I have no idea. Big Daddy made those, brought those in. So you could thank him. We just, he did those models and got them ready for the tracks, and we put them on, and they look really awesome. So I have no idea where he got them, what they are, but they're cool looking. Uh, Onward down to our warehouse. This warehouse has the ability to store products. Now, I'm not going to bring any products over right now, but we'll give you an idea of what you can expect when we open. Now, this one is half full, and you could see as you bring products down in here and dump them, you will get the products up and down the side. So this is the first one. It's not labeled yet, but it is your goods warehouse, South Station Goods. There's 5 million of each product. One of the cool things about this is some of them don't have pallets yet, but if they do, for instance, the hops, you can pull the pallets out now. We also made pallet storage down here. So where is that? It's right here. You can pull some pallets out. Uh, Boards, sometimes you can get two out depending, and your glue and resin is in here somewhere as well. Now, one thing to be aware of, let me get rid of this for a minute. What else? This one has the paper pallets, and steel doesn't come on a pallet yet. One of the things that we may do down the road is put some steel on a pallet, but we got the drywall and the bird seed pops out, textile, and you can store the fuel and you can actually get your fuel pallets out of here. I don't know if you guys knew, but you can actually fill from those fuel. Wool is stored down here as well. So wool, where are you? You're in here somewhere. Wool pallets. And if you notice, every level on all pallets now have a 5,000 quantity instead of two. So if you're filling up a pallet truck, you can get much more stuff on there. Makes it a little bit more sense. Furniture does not go to pallet yet. And yeah, I think that those are the ones that load up on pallets here. Now that was a half full warehouse at 5 million. This one here, I filled up to the top so you can kind of get a look at what one filled up looks like. And this one is for the foods. So if we go to South Station Foods, basically same thing. Uh, all pallets. If I want to take out beer, I can take out the Boston Lager, Revolutionary Ale. See how that pops out? So you want to take out one type at a time, or they're all going to pop up on top of each other. Uh, so the three beers actually have the same spawn points for limited space. Same way with all of them. So wheat bread, I can take two out, but if I wanted to, I could, which I didn't know at first. If I wanted to take the rye bread out, it's going to pop a couple in there, and I could actually do the oat bread as well. It'll take two out of each. Uh, and basically, I don't have to go through all of these, but every one of them works the same way. Orange vodka, sour cream, and frosted mini wheats. So there you go. Lots and lots. So you have all of the food products and everything in this warehouse, as well as your Del Monte, sugar, you name it. Now it's getting dark because I have my time flying and I didn't notice it. So let me see if I can. Oh, I don't have time fast forward. Well, we'll just let it keep going until the next day, and we'll go to uh see what else we got. So all of these now hold 5,000. Also down here, what's coming next update will be all the pallets for the greenhouses, the lettuce and all those types of pallets, and all the fruit trees are going to fill in the rest of this. And there will be another category in this list of warehouses right underneath the foods that will say produce, South Station produce. So you'll be able to store your other pallets. Didn't have time to get to it this update, but we're going to fill that out, and then we're going to try to get visual silos down here for all the other products as well that are on the map. So it'll be one big, huge storage place. Now with these barns, you could still drive vehicles in and store them in the middle. If you were to knock a pallet back into the middle, so you're going to probably want to use a pallet auto loading trailer because you will see if I can do it. They're kind of tight here. If I get it into, see how it disappeared? It went back in because the dump trigger is right here as well. For So you have dump triggers for all the products. You can easily knock them right back into the warehouse but put them on a auto loading trailer. That's the best way to do it. Otherwise, you got to be real careful when you pick them up and with a forklift. But from my experience, a lot of people don't even know that that the pallets. A lot of people don't use them because there are so many errors in the pallets that, with graphic issues and ones not spawning that nobody ever mentioned to me. That it, yeah. All right. Hey, Bad Touch is back in the house too. So that is that. Now, over here, the bale storage facility, round bales and square bales, capacity has gone up to 3 million on each one for all the round bales, and square bale storage is up to 3 million down here. So you have plenty of room on storage for your bales. We took care of that as well. Any of the pallet glitches that you guys have had should all be taken care of. Uh, when I was away, Lars on our server replaced. Now, I don't know the difference because I haven't even had a chance to look. But he did replace the concrete factory. Pretty soon it'll be daylight. An upgraded concrete factory, the sugar factory, and I think the flour mill were updated versions with. So triggers might be a little bit different places. But the sugar mill also has had the time gates removed. So it's open 24 hours because we were having a problem producing sugar fast enough. So we took the time off. It'll run 24 hours right around the clock. I don't think there was any other changes to Sam Adams other than if I don't know if you guys have the version that where the fence was floating, but that is working just fine. We're almost back to daylight. There were some pallet issues at some of these factories. Trying to think what else we have to do. Uh, there was some bumps in the terrain that have been smoothed out, and farms just lot of minor fixes going through here. What else is to come is more of the for you guys that are running the version with the shops that have the varying it'll make a bigger difference. I'm going to take some of the shops and actually show products at them if they have them in stock. So that's going to come in another version too. We switched the signs around so that they're properly showing the right unload size sides. They were backwards. I know that's one of the things. If you own this farm and you come down here, there was a pretty nasty bump right over on the left side of this field, right right over here that I actually got my vehicle stuck on because I just did this field for the first time the other day. It was right about here somewhere, and that's been smoothed out, so you won't have to worry about that. There are two pallet makers. We're going to get to that. X-Man 1971. There's now some work on the pallet makers. Another thing as we come around here, we're going to head up this way. I don't think there's much chain that had to be changed, but all factories will output pallets of 5,000 as well. Now, there is another major change coming up. Well, not major, nothing you guys got to do, but we decided to remove, as you will see coming up through here. Oh, yeah, there was a cat and dog that went underground up at parts of the spline up here, and I had just remembered it today. I took them out temporarily. We'll bring them back when I could put the splines, mess with those splines. But it was like just an hour before broadcast, or before we got the uploads done. These tunnels are gone because those with yeah, for several reasons. But it's much nicer to drive through without having the no collision cameras. So you don't have to do anything. But both tunnels are completely removed, and I'll take a look down there. Oh yeah, slow my time down. Thank you, before it gets too late. And we'll swing by and show you the other tunnel, but also the second pallet place. The second pallet place is down on this side of the map, so you can make pallets in two places. We'll zip on down, and if you see the tall warehouse in the background. Now this has been in for a while for us, so I forgot that you guys don't have it yet. But the download links, yeah, we could start up the download links. Exclamation point, and you guys try to randomly pick one. There are four different ones. Uh, the reason for four is because we blew out links from having too many, uh, yeah, too much stuff going on. So there's another palette making place right here. So there's going to be four, yeah, there's going to be four links to different copies of it. Just spread it out. Don't everybody download from one because yeah, download might get you might we might lose a link overnight. If you do and you can't, all of a sudden it says that the link is no longer available, just try one of the other ones. So the four are exclamation point link 1, LINK the number 1, no spaces, link 2, link 3, and link 4, and just randomly pick one and start your downloads, and not everybody jump on the same one or we'll blow out links before you know it. There you go. That's all you got to do. Link 4 is up, link 2, you guys can start your downloads. Link 3 and link 1, and they'll all be different places. So, yep. Now, that's temporary for tonight. Uh, eh, I wanted to do it that way so we could try to get everybody and not blow out the actual link because I can't reset the folder link anymore. That was a one-time thing they let me do. So I don't want to blow out our main folder that we do the updates in by having everybody download off that. So after we get through tonight, tomorrow I will put the download file into the main downloads folder. Here's the other where the other tunnel used to be. Didn't even miss it. We're just so used to driving through now. But yeah, no collision camera, no problems. Landscape will look just like that. Looks pretty good. So off you go. Get your links. I don't think anybody did exclamation point link 1. That's not up there yet, but get your file downloaded. Just replace your zip file, but make sure you get those things done first on the map or you're going to have grass up there in your bunkers. There you go. Let's see. We'll go back to where we were. So, actually, we'll cut across the middle. I know that there's probably a few changes. A lot of the stuff is just the minor little issues that you guys have pointed out, the graphic stuff, but we really got 99% of what we know about nailed down. Uh, there's going to be coming also in the next update some storage for compost, which we don't have yet, and straw up near the compost area because that's one of the things our guys found would be nice if we had a place up on that side of the map to store the straw and compost for the compost from the maker there. Uh, right now they're using the pig farm silo over here, so you'll notice as well that whoops, the pig farm silo has had its capacity increased to 5 million as well. It was very low before, so you'll be able to store much more there for now. Um, the pallet makers for the two pallet factories, they still make pallets of 4,000. If you put them in the warehouse, they'll come out as 5,000. I'm gonna up those to 5,000. That was another thing that we just got found out about this morning. So they'll hold 5,000 after the next update, but 4,000 is not bad, and it's not going to do anything. If you have them and they have a 4,000 quantity, that means they came right from one of the pallet factories. And if they have a 5,000 quantity, that's because you put them in storage and took them back out. Nope, the compost has not been touched yet, but we will that'll be in the next update with the store. The finishing up the storage update will be probably just a couple 2 to 3 weeks out. I want to make sure this version gets out there if you guys find anything else that needs to be done. And I'm also gonna do a little factory test, but we'll do that on the side so we can get the storage finished up and the museum finished up. Now the museum, there's still a lot more donations that people have sent in that I'm going to add in, and I'll be getting to that within it probably. And the banners for you guys that are streaming have to go in still. There's a few banners. So if you have a banner you want 1024 by 512, get it in. We'll get it into the museum if you're streaming Pleasant Valley version 2. I'm not going to give you a rundown, but I got to update the bad touch and all the big signs still yet. I did put in the credits in the museum on a couple of scrolling credit boards. So everybody that we have stuff that we could remember is now located in the museum. How do you empty seed fertilizer so you can expand the storage building? You're going to have to find something that, yeah, you're going to have to just make sure you run. Yep, I'm going to make yours docket. I didn't get to, I've got 4 people. You guys know who you are. I have all your links. If you do have a sign that you want displayed, like one of these, because you stream on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, just send me your graphic. It's 1024 by 512. If it's not that dimension, I can work it out, but I will be adding some more of them for all those that stream the map. Just send them to Alborith, Alborith, the same way as my bot name, at gmail.com. And we'll get the rest of the donators into the museum in the next update as well. We're going to work on them as we go. But they've been coming in so fast I can't keep up. So that's pretty awesome. Uh, Not much else that I can think of right now on. I think just keep in mind that all of the little things that were bugging you are probably fixed. And if you find something that isn't, like Del Monte wasn't even spawning pallets, but it will now. If you find something that's not working, send us a message somehow through the forums or whatever. There were some graphic issues, like the pile of potatoes over at the vodka plant was a little off center. Just little things. Floating pallets. Over here, there was some floating stuff, you know, but it's all good now, as far as we know. However, we haven't even bought all the fields on our test map yet, so we haven't tested them all, and we might come across some new things. Will you have a document stating everything we have to change before going to the new map? Uh, if you're talking about for this update, just follow back to the beginning or read the post. We did it here live, what had to be done at the beginning of this broadcast. So watch it over just the beginning and you'll get an idea. You just have to clear out up on Johnson Farm a couple areas to make room for a couple barns. And that's it. And make sure those 2 hangars are empty. And if you get that done, everything else will fall into place. You don't need to do anything else. Just get that done. Do you still have to empty the board pallets from the sawmills after each startup? Nope, that is taken care of. No longer have to do that. And uh, the sawmills take boards. I don't know if they did before in your version or not. Somebody can. Whoa, nice jump. They used to take wood chips, I think, but they actually take boards now at the pallet companies. At the pallet companies. How do you load the flatbed train car? If you're going to use a flatbed train car, you're going to have to use a forklift. That's pretty much it. No auto loader on that. Wood still from. Can I explain on making pallets? Wood still from the sawmill. Yeah, let me jump over to the server game real quick and then I can do some playing over there. And we got a lot of products going on, so I'll be able to answer more of your questions from there and actually get some work done rather than just driving in circles. TR Miller 26, thank you for the follow. So I am going to just block my screen real quick so you guys don't see our server password. And then we'll be right back here. I'm still here. If I can. Now, I did have server issues of disconnecting earlier. Hopefully, I can stay on. It appears that Mumble's working pretty good, so